Beauties, what up? My name is Anthony Greatness Cotton, and I am a dancer, motivational speaker, and much, much more. Blame my ADHD. Today, I'm going to be reacting to 10 things you really didn't know about Michael Jackson. This is another amazing video made by a channel called The Detail. If you've never seen The Detail, I will tag them in the description. They are a Michael Jackson channel with amazing, amazing videos that you have got to check out. Shout out to The Detail. Now, let's have fun. Let's play a game. I'm going to try to count how many things I did know and see what my total is at the end. I want you to do the same. So be paying attention, name or count the number of things that you did know from this video, and drop your score in the comments. Let's see who gets the highest score. Anyway, watch this video all the way to the end to get today's random motivational tip. I'm done talking. Let's go.
10 things you really didn't know about Michael Jackson. Although Michael Jackson passed away over a decade ago now, he never seems to remain out the headlines for long, as we constantly learn new information about this legendary public figure. Here are just 10 fascinating details about the extraordinary life of the King of Pop.
I hope they keep it positive.
Number
I think
one.
they will.
Jackson loved to read, but apparently he wasn't that great about returning his books on time. It is said that he owed a library $1 million in fines for overdue books.
No
The library
way.
agreed to drop the fines if he returned the books autographed. Number 2.
I definitely didn't know that. I have 0 points at this point. Let's keep going.
Famous for his endorsement deals with Pepsi and LA Gear, Michael and his touring keyboardist, Brad Bruxer, were once asked to compose music for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive game,
What?
Sonic the Hedgehog 3,
What?
with Brad confirming the rumour after the King of Pop's death in 2009. Although Mike eventually dropped out of the project, an early cut of Stranger in Moscow still features in the game's credits.
What?
Stranger in Moscow ended up becoming one of Michael's most personal tracks and a number 4 hit in 1996. I mean, just listen to the comparison.
I do hear it. I do hear it. The Sonic version was like a faster version.
Number 3.
I definitely didn't know that. I still have 0 points.
Well, this would have made your bills way more interesting. An island in the Caribbean once created Michael Jackson's stamps. The Caribbean nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was the first nation in the world to feature the King of Pop in a series of postage stamps. The set, which has long been an interest to collect.
Those are fire. Yo, those are fire. If somebody has those, you want to send me one? No? You don't want to do that? Just in case you do. If you got some of these stamps, send them to your boy.
Is quite rare and was first printed in 1985. Number 4. As a lover of filmmaking as well as sci-fi, Michael Jackson, who previously starred as the character of Captain EO in a 1986 Disney George Lucas production, unexpectedly had a secret love for Stan Lee's Mutant Society. Ever the optimist, Michael Jackson refused to let his dream of becoming a Marvel superhero fall to the wayside. When the X-Men movie franchise was announced in the late 1990s, he made several attempts to nab the role of Charles Xavier, aka Professor X. In a new revelation by X-Men franchise writer David Hayter, it was told that the King of Pop actually came in for an audition for the role. Here is even some incredible footage of Michael Jackson and Stan Lee meeting as part of these talks.
What? What? Why do we just not know this? I mean, I guess we do now, but we didn't before. Well, I didn't.
The first time now we can really do something.
Sorry.
So I just ordered
There's
these
an
4
ad
pieces
here.
and
I
it was
can't
supposed to
control
cost
the
me
ads.
over $100,
They're on the
but it ended
video.
up costing me
This
only
dude's talking about
65.
honey and pizza. Goodbye, brother.
Okay, so
You remember when it was a few years ago we were going to form a company together? And it never happened.
We're all fans.
That's the way it should be.
In my opinion, Stan Lee is one of the greatest comic book creators because, unlike some of the others, he's the most prolific, and he strikes a nerve in every youth. He is the psyche of our youth, and I grew up watching his comics, and it just tickles me so much to know that we are talking and working and planning to do something together. It's like a dream come true. And I think the characters that he's created will live forever. I mean, there's no limitation to their life. And I just say thank you, Stan, for this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
You're so camera shy, you'd be okay.
Unfortunately for Michael though, the role eventually went to Sir Patrick Stewart, who played the brains.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't picture Michael Jackson being Professor X. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love Michael, I just can't picture him in that role. Could you picture him? Let me know in the comments what you think about Michael being Professor X. But nevertheless, the story is crazy. I did not, capital did, capital not, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. No, Michael was trying to be in the X-Men movies. Crazy.
Behind the mutant rights for the next 15 years. In another shocking twist, his sister, Janet Jackson, was also called for an audition for the role of Storm, the weather and atmosphere controlling mutant, which famously went to the actress Halle Berry.
I can picture that. I'm not gonna lie, I can picture Janet being Storm. Moving on.
Number 5. Before his ill-fated This Is It concert series, Michael Jackson also planned a huge Vegas comeback in 2005. Much like his other shows, this one wasn't going to be done in half measures. Michael had a grand vision, which included solar-powered costumes that would change colour with the stage lights. The show would be promoted by a massive 50-foot tall robot version of the King of Pop, which would roam around the Nevada desert within the view of the airport nearby.
Oh snap.
The plan was later revised to feature a Michael Jackson themed hotel and casino in the City of Sin, which would—
Yo, I would definitely stay at Michael Jackson Hotel. Heartbreak Hotel. That's what they would have to call it. They would have to call that joint Heartbreak or This Place Hotel. They would have no other option. I would every time I went to Vegas, I'd be straight at Heartbreak Hotel, please. Yeah, can I have the suite, the villa? Thank you. Every time I went to Vegas, if they would have made a Michael Jackson Hotel. Moving on.
Would feature a laser blasting android at the entrance. However, despite meeting high-powered casino moguls like Steve Wen, the ideas were later scrapped when the star was unable to gather the funds required for the project.
Oh.
Number 6. Try and spot this if you ever get the chance to be in LA.
Okay.
Michael Jackson remains as one of the few entertainers who has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. One for himself, and also one of him as a member of the Jackson 5.
Oh, okay.
In 1980, the Jacksons were first honoured with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then on October 20th, 1984, Michael Jackson was awarded with a star of his own during a glitzy ceremony surrounded by thousands of eager fans.
So the Hollywood Walk of Fame is strange. I live in Denver, Colorado now, but I used to live in Los Angeles for 6 years. And the Hollywood Walk of Fame is weird because it's like this super honoring thing that you get a star on the Walk of Fame, but it's also kind of like people walk on it, they spit on it, they pee on it. The homeless population is kind of high in Hollywood on that strip. If you've never been there, you probably don't know that. But it's not what you see on TV. It's actually rather dirty area of town, like the Hollywood Strip itself. So it's like where you get this amazing star, but it's just for people to walk on, spit on, even pee on. I guess people take pictures with it, but it's just a weird thing. Moving on.
The Hollywood star was recently damaged, although it is unclear whether it was vandalized. Being visited by millions every year, stars do get damaged by tourists, although Michael Jackson's star was quickly prepared for visitors and fans to enjoy. Number 7. On June 25th, 2009, on the day that news broke that Michael Jackson had passed away, Wikipedia, Twitter, and AOL all at the same time crashed. The first reports that Jackson had suffered a cardiac arrest and then that he had later died came from TMZ.com when they published the story "Michael Jackson passed away today at the age of 50. The Los Angeles Times website confirmed the report at 2:51 p.m. The news spread quickly online, causing websites to slow down and crash from user overload.
Wow.
Google Trends rated the Jackson story as volcanic, initially believing that the input from millions of people searching for Michael Jackson meant that the search engine was under attack. Twitter reported a crash, as did Wikipedia just 20 minutes later. The Wikimedia Foundation reported nearly 1 million visitors to Michael Jackson's biography within 1 hour, the most visitors in a 1-hour period to any article in Wikipedia's history. Wow. CNN reported a 5-fold rise in traffic and visitors, receiving 20 million page views in the hour the story broke. Wow. AOL Instant Messenger went down for 40 minutes. AOL called it a seminal moment in internet history, adding, "We've never seen anything like it in terms of scope or depth." Number 8.
Didn't know that.
Michael Jackson and his wife, Debbie Rowe, divorced in 1999. Since then, Rowe has yet to remarry, although she announced her engagement to Jackson's friend, gay porn producer Mark Scuffle. Having worked as a director of pornography for many years under various pseudonyms when he met Jackson, Scuffle was the Neverland videographer for a time in the early 2000s, but Jackson at one point said he had to cut ties, but then rehired him again to do the rebuttal video to Martin Bashir's documentary Living with Michael Jackson. In any case, after Michael Jackson's trials, Scuffle sued Jackson for not paying him over $1 million of work, but in return, Jackson countersued, saying that Scuffle owed him $1 million. There have been similar stories with other Jackson employees, but in any case, the trial ended with dual rewards, but Scuffle ended up clearing $700,000. However, there is a romantic ending to this story, when Scuffle got engaged to Jackson's ex-wife and mother of his 2 children, Debbie Rowe. Number 9.
That was just weird. Like that was just weird. That was just weird. By the way, has Debbie spoken out about... I don't even want to know. Moving on.
Should Michael Jackson have been convicted and sent to prison, the danger of the other inmates, along with his fame, would have required him to be separated from the general population in virtual solitary confinement for the duration of his sentence. However, Jackson's family had no intention of allowing him to suffer the indignities of prison. When the 2005 trial was finishing up, Jermaine Jackson arranged to have a private jet on standby to take Michael Jackson to Bahrain, a tiny Middle Eastern island nation that has no extradition treaty with the US. According to Jermaine, Michael was not aware of the plan. Number 10.
What was the fact? I was a little lost. But I think I still have 0. What you got? Let me know in the comments.
It is well reported that Michael Jackson had vitiligo, but so did his grandfather and so does his firstborn son, Prince Michael. Throughout his youth, Michael Jackson had a medium brown complexion, but in the 1980s, his skin started to lighten considerably. Questioned, Jackson claimed that he had the condition called vitiligo. Years later, his autopsy report confirmed the often speculated claim. Vitiligo does not operate in a uniform fashion. It manifests in splotches that tend to continuously grow and change shape. Vitiligo was genetic in Michael Jackson's family, with his grandfather suffering from it as well, as we can see in this photograph of a young Michael Jackson being held by his grandfather, who clearly has discoloration on the side of his face. Michael Jackson's son, Prince Michael, is suspected to have inherited his father's skin condition as well, as after the King of Pop's death, Prince was photographed on the shores of Hawaii with his siblings Paris and Prince Michael II, aka Blanket. In the photographs, Michael Jackson's son emerged from the beach having white patches underneath his arms. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video then please give us a thumbs up, and also check out our channel for other Michael Jackson videos. We'll see you next time.
That was really good. And I left the game with 0 points. I didn't know any of that. Not one thing, not half of a thing, not 0.09645. I didn't know any of that stuff. So I have 0. Let me know what you got in the comments below. Here's today's random motivational tip. It's not really a random motivational tip. I just want to say thank you to the detail. Like, I don't know if you guys know, editing videos, making concept videos takes so much time. And not only does the detail have to edit the videos beautifully, but they have to go do the research, make sure their facts are accurate. I mean, it probably takes 10 hours of work per video, and they have tons of videos. So I just want to give a shout out to the detail. I just want to say thank you to the detail. You will probably never see this, but maybe I'll write you on IG because I think you have an Instagram. I just want to say thank you so much for putting these videos together for us MJ fans. That's your motivational tip of the day. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on that bell. It helps out a lot. Check out the links in the descriptions. With October coming around the corner, I got some Michael Jackson costumes in my Amazon store that you might want to check out. I'll end this video the same way I end all my videos by saying I believe that I'm great. I believe that you are great. I believe that life is great. So go be great. I'm out.